Okay, here we go. We're another couple years down the road, still in the 94 Suburban. And she's, I think you can see it there, getting ready to turn over 600,000. There you go, 600,000 original miles. And it's running just as smooth as a sewing machine yet. The lack of maintenance on this vehicle has been just absolutely incredible. There has never been a wrench on the valve cover, never been a wrench on the oil pan. I've changed tires, I've changed a couple of alternators, I've changed the starter a couple times, but that's just about it. I had a couple little interesting items. I had a leak in the power steering, and a leak down on the pitman arm, what they call the pitman arm. It helps to control the steering. But anyway, the steering got kind of loose, so I took it to the mechanic and he changed the pitman arm. But he said that power steering leaking down on there is what caused it to go out. He said that'll cause it to go out almost immediately. The power steering fluid just eats that pitman, eats whatever it falls on. It happened to be the pitman arm. Anyway, he fixed it by taking about a tablespoon of Translast. It's the conditioner for automatic transmissions, actually, but it works great as a conditioner for the power steering units. And he put about a tablespoon or two of that in the power steering unit, and about 2 days later, no more leaks. And the other leak I had, incidentally, now there are absolutely no leaks on the garage floor. And as I said, I've never had a wrench on the valve cover or the oil pan. It leaks no oil whatsoever. But way back, probably 350,000 miles ago, at least, I had my front end started leaking. This is a four-wheel drive, and the front axle started leaking. And I'd had it to a shop that kind of specializes in that, and I asked them what it would cost to get it fixed. And of course, they gave me the big long story about having to pull the axles and change the seals out. And I said, well, how much will it be? And they said around $1,400. And so anyway, I went to my regular mechanic, and I asked him, because I didn't really think he'd want to tackle it, and I asked him if he thought he could fix it. And he said, yeah, he said, I think I can fix it. And I said, well, what do you suppose it costs to get it done? Because I hadn't told him the quote that I had from the other place. And he said, I think I can probably get it fixed for about 50 cents. And I said, what? He didn't say a word. He walked over to his bench, and he got a can of Enduro. Now, Enduro's the hydraulic conditioner. It goes a long ways. I think the ratio on it is one part of Enduro to, I think, 256 parts of regular rear end fluid. Anyway, he put just an ounce or two of Enduro into the front differential, and again, in a couple days, no more leaks on those front axles. And so there was a major savings just with a few cents worth of Enduro. But there you go, 600,000 and 3 miles now. And again, it's running just as smooth as it ever has. It's just been a pleasure to own and to drive this vehicle. I don't know how long it's going to. I know one of these days it's going to probably go down on me, but I'm just really curious now to see how many miles I can get. Originally, when I bought the vehicle, my intent was to trade every year for a new one. And so in 95, I went back, and at that time, this vehicle had about 32,000 miles on it, and they would have traded me for $5,000, which I thought was real fair. But I got to looking at the 95 Suburbans, and they didn't have the outside armrest on the front seats like the 94s, and I didn't like the center console. And so I thought, I'll just wait another year, and they'll probably bring that back, those features back in the 96 model year. So I went back in 96 to take a look, and still no outside armrest. They still had the center console that I didn't like as well as this one. So I just, long story short, I just kept this one. Of course, then pretty soon I got 100,000 miles, and you know, when a vehicle gets that many miles, the trade-in value goes to pot anyway. So I thought, just keep driving it. And so that's what I've done. I've just kept driving it, and again, it's just been an absolute pleasure to drive this vehicle. I just love the way it rides. I love the way it handles, and I've just had the lack of maintenance has just been incredible. And so now I'm just really curious as to how long a vehicle actually will go. We've got some incredible records for longevity on our different vehicles around the country. We've got a fellow over in Ohio that's got a 4020 John Deere tractor, never been measured, has over 27,000 hours on it, which is a world record. I don't know how the Suburban here that we're in now, how that would stack up for a world record. I know there's vehicles that have more miles on them, but in probably every case they've had, it's not on the original engine. And again, this is the original engine. It's never had any work whatsoever done on it. There's never been a wrench on the valve cover of the oil pan. So I mean, when I say original, it is original. The front end, except the pitman arm, is all original. And I did have the upper ball joints replaced here about 20,000 miles back. I had gone over just a horrendous pothole, and not very long after that, it was vibrating a little bit. And so when they had it down, I said, how's the ball joints? And the fellow that was doing it, I was actually out of town. It got so bad I had to take it to a shop out of town. And he said, oh, they're fine. He said, they're just a very little wear in them. There's nowhere at all on the bottom ball joints, but a little bit. He said, I wouldn't worry about it at all. He said, I wouldn't even check them for at least another 50,000 miles. But since he had it done, I said, go ahead and change them out. So we did change the upper ball joints. But that's it as far as the front end. No tie rod ends, no nothing except the upper ball joints, which was very inexpensive actually. And so that's it. The lack of maintenance, again, has just been absolutely incredible. If you want to get miles, if you want to extend the life of your vehicles far, far, far beyond what's considered normal, your formula is Convoy oil, 4-power fuel system cleaner, and I use that every just a pint every 4,000 or 5,000 miles. Fuel Mate Plus in the gasoline. Every time I fill up, I put 2 ounces for every 20 gallons, and Conklin has it in little 2-ounce bottles now, which makes it really handy to get put into the gasoline when you fill up. Or if you happen to be driving a diesel vehicle, we make a product called Diesel Plus. And again, these products won't cost you because you will see an increase in mileage. Now this is the old standard 350 engine in here, but on the road at 75 miles an hour, I'll get 16 miles a gallon, which is highly unusual. Now the newer engines, they call it the Vortec engines, those will get a couple miles better if you're using the Conklin products. But Convoy oil, 4-power fuel system cleaner, Fuel Mate, safe in the cooling system to eliminate twice a year, just a pint twice a year, will eliminate any rust or corrosion in your cooling system. If you do happen to have some sort of a leak, Conklin has a product called Dyke. It's a stop leak. It is the best stop leak on the market. It'll even seal cracked blocks. For those of you that might have trucks or semis, it seems like the hose connections are always leaking, and Dyke will eliminate that problem. I use ATF Extra in the transmission. I run the Gold Guard in the rear end. So anyway, Conklin products, bumper to bumper, that's how you get 600,008 miles on a vehicle and still have it running like new. So we'll just see how long we're going to see how long this thing's going to hang together, and hopefully we'll give you another update in 50 or 100,000 miles down the road. So get those products in your vehicles and start saving money.